Today on Wildlife Wednesday, I talk about questions, answers, and favourite photographs. Over the years, I've been asked many questions about my photography in general, and wildlife photography in particular. I've often been asked, what's my favourite species to photograph? Or, if I was given the choice to travel to any place on earth to take pictures, where would I go? Other questions that regularly crop up are, what's the best picture you've ever taken? Or, of all the pictures you've ever taken, what's your favourite? And so the list goes on. And in most instances, there's no one definitive answer to most of the questions I'm asked. But in truth, there are multiple answers to the majority of them. But on the subject of favourites, whether it be favourite species, favourite place, or favourite picture, it's not always about a specific picture being a favourite, but rather the memories that a favourite picture invokes. Kind of romantic, that. Ah yes, old romantic me. Well, old anyway. Okay, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's get back on track and talk about some favourites, which I intend to do actually over the next while. I haven't quite worked out how many or how often I'll talk about them, but I'm going to start this week with a photo of a lion cub, which is not only one of my favourite pictures from the Masai Mara, but one of my all-time favourite wildlife pictures. And this is it. Isn't he cute? Now this picture is typical of what I spoke about just a moment ago when I said that it's not just the finished picture, but also the memories the picture recalls to your mind. And this one probably explains that better as far as I'm concerned than most photos I've taken over the years. So let me fill you in on the background. It had been another special day, as most days are in the Masai Mara. It was close to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which meant it would be dark in a couple of hours. So we were already on our homeward journey back to camp. We then came across a small pride of lions resting up in a ditch. We only had a clear view of one of the females, the others being obscured by bushes and long grass, but luckily for me, she had 3 cubs with her, which meant I would probably have a good chance of getting some reasonably decent pictures. And that's exactly what happened. About 12 or 15 feet above the ditch was a rocky outcrop, and the cubs were running up and down and playing around in the bushes surrounding this outcrop. And I then noticed one in particular coming back to a bush and gnawing at its branches, then going back to play with his siblings, then back again to gnaw at the bush. And the more I watched, the more I thought that there's a special picture here waiting to be taken. So I focused the camera on the spot and waited for what I was certain would be a definite keeper. And my playful little lion cub did not disappoint me. Believe it or not, I had the finished picture already in my mind, even before I clicked the shutter. It was a moment of pure inspiration. The day was almost over. Another day filled with magical encounters. I had photographed lions and hippos and giraffes, along with some new photographs of Defasa waterbuck, an animal I had taken a particular shine to since arriving in the Mara. I even got a couple of photos of a bat-eared fox and several bird species, including a hoopoe, which was one bird I had hoped I might come across during my stay at Entum Camp. As we were leaving the lions, we still had more than an hour before finally packing it in for the day, so there might still be 1 or 2 more encounters to be had before we got back to camp, and so it was. We had 1 more river crossing to make on the homeward journey, and as we reached the river, we came across a pair of giraffe standing right at the crossing in the river. So I did get an extra couple of pictures to end the day before darkness finally fell, and we drove the final leg of another successful day. Well, thanks again for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. When you do, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Till next week, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands and wear a mask where necessary, while continuing to maintain social distancing. We're not out of the woods yet, but we're getting there. Take care, folks. Bye.